So normally, I would have everything already set up before I started talking to you guys. And I pull cards from a separate tarot deck always to figure out what the reading's about. I don't even need to pull out my third tarot deck to do that. All I keep hearing is intentions, intentions, intentions. You have a person that you want to know what their intentions with you is. That's what the reading is about today. Go ahead, and when I hit this bell, think of the person's name you want to know, what their pure, if their intentions are pure. Because I feel you're scared to take a leap of faith. You're like, oh shit, something's here, I've been manifesting. Think of their name. 1, 2, 3. So, what are those person's true intentions with you? It feels high vibrational. The person connected to this reading is a bold leader that's absolutely dealt with a lot of reasonable precautions in their life, is someone that's able to thrive under chaos. They have popped in and out of your life. So you are wondering if this person let go of something, if they just see you as a moment of lust, or did excitement make them reach out versus this being something more. Slow and steady wins the race in this dynamic for sure, but Spirit needs me to remind you, slow and steady wins the race still means you're moving, not stopping. Let's get into the cards. I want you to know that this is one of the most no doubt readings, but not even readings, no doubt persons I've channeled in a very long time. They're so sure about you. Okay, this is an individual who things never fully got off the track for you. What I mean is, there was intimacy, there was connection, there was bonding, but there was no official relationship. This is a reading for a person who things did not fully ever get off the track. You had other individuals. There could have at least been 2 other parties being entertained during this time that they had to figure out what way they were going with before they would involve another person. I want you to know that this is one of the most no doubt readings, but not even readings, no doubt persons I've channeled in a very long time. They're so sure about you. Okay, this is an individual who things never fully got off the track for you. What I mean is, there was intimacy, there was connection, there was bonding, but there was no official relationship. This is a reading for a person who things did not fully ever get off the track. You had other individuals. There could have at least been 2 other parties being entertained during this time that they had to figure out what way they were going with before they would involve another person. This person is a leap of faith. They thrive in the faith of spirit. Very spiritually inclined person, straightforward actions. They have sailed away from what no longer serves. They know no matter what happens with you, there are certain individuals they will never allow back into their life because it is part of their highest timeline for those people to not be in their life. They caused them to be tired and have separation from self. This individual you met, made plans, it went very organically, it was like a kind-hearted person. You never felt so attracted to somebody's intensity and compassion and emotions at the same exact time. Their eyes, I'm telling you, eyes are the gateway into the person's soul. That saying is extremely true. You can tell by a person's eyes how much self-work they've done. Do they know themselves enough to love others? I can assure you this person connected to you does. This is a reading with when they get the call from spirit, they go. They're determined. They could be an entrepreneur, their own boss, have a job with a lot of authority, discipline, and control. People rely and look up to this person. During her time of separation, they were helping out a lot of individuals, an extreme charitable source, and they had to make healthy boundaries on making sure they don't overgive, and they succeeded that this year. They have been an overgiver in the past in emotions, physical objects, all the above. Time, space, energy. They know who to have the shields up with and who is deserving of more from them. They would like not necessarily a clean slate with you, but a new book. This is a relationship that's separated for further growth, and in your months of separation, I sense this person put you into almost a catalyst of change. You started noticing synchronizations of the universe, things collecting. A part of your dark soul being able to be acknowledged and therefore released. The dark energy, the light energy is within all of it. It's how you use it. It's how you transmute it. And spiritual alchemy is more than magic. Being a master alchemist is being in control of energy. Magic and everything else, and with a K, magic with a K. Not Harry Potter, wizards, and no, magic with a K, working with the elements, working with nature, with guides, and the laws of this physical reality. Magic with a K is real, and it works right by spiritual alchemy. They have no doubts about you. They're full in for you. If you're questioning if this is a moment in time, if they let go of someone of the past and now they're like, oh, I'm just going to go forward with whoever's there, it's the exact opposite. In fact, I feel that this person, they closed a lot of doors with people out of their own choice. If this individual had dating apps or anything, I feel that they have paused them, they have closed them, they have decided no matter what happens, they're going to let somebody organically come into their life. Nothing's bad with dating apps. I feel like you two met on a dating app and they haven't been able, to click with somebody else the way they did with you. And they decided, I just don't want to entertain my energy with that. They feel something with you. They don't want to rush. And they can see that just as you're in this independent source, and there's travel involved with this. There's a deep form of expression. You see, you two didn't trauma bond. You spent a long time getting to know each other so that when the moments of speaking of the trauma and exeggy you went through is actually it's stable, it's stabilized. That's a hard word for me to say. You know what I'm trying to say, though. Let's finish with the rest of these cards. Yeah, they had two timelines. They were stuck to somebody they wouldn't release. They were stuck to a flame that was not meant to be in their life anymore, and they had to solidify. They gave too much to this person for too long. They had two paths that had nothing to do with you. Spirit gave them the signs that you're this wise, trustworthy, optimistic individual. And the path that you once thought was going to be with somebody that you'd be with forever, it was for a moment of time, and there's left path, right path choices. They could have had a timeline together. Your person connected you and another individual before you came into the picture. They could have, but that person and your person's left path, right path choices made it to where their contract was solidified. It can be very hard for this person to let go of others that they felt so much unconditional love for. This individual never wishes will to be ill on anybody. They don't necessarily anymore focus on giving all these high vibrational thoughts either, though. Don't get me wrong. What they realize now is people, I'm always wanting them to receive what they are deserving of, what is attracted to their level. And if that's positive and high vibrations, fuck yeah, I'm gonna be their cheerleader. And if that's somebody I have to separate with and let them deal with their law of karma and not let it become me, that's what I have to do. Love at first sight. This was passion. This was lust at first sight with this individual. It wasn't trustworthy from the beginning. There was a stickiness. I see that this individual, they could have met when they were in a monogamous committed relationship, and there was flirting, there was crossing lines, and the person tied to you in this reading was a younger source and allowed those things to happen. They realize now that this person was simply showing them within what they had to heal and grow. The deal has been solidified. Their contract is done. The step forward the person has connected to you is anybody connected to them that makes them feel sick, like revenge, like they need to counterattack, they've stepped away from. And Spirit showed them an extreme amount of signs that when doing that, you are of someone that is, no matter if you said the word love or not, I feel like most of you haven't. You internally know if you love somebody. You do. You always internally know when you meet somebody if you love them, and then time shows if you're in love with them. Okay? You two are in the process of becoming in love with each other, but your souls resonate. And you don't have to rush. Remember, Solomon said he wins a race. Don't rush into saying those words, but acknowledge in self that it's true. This person is not here to pacify you. They're clarification. They're not here to tell you what you want to hear, to give you fake reassurance. Pacifying can be a crutch at a time. There's a difference between being real raw and clear and assured and a safe space, and then just pacifying somebody. This individual doesn't want anybody in their life that they have in their life that has access to their soul truly. To be anybody they have to have their gloves up to. This person, they see that they are meant to help shield you. You were always there. You didn't necessarily ever pop in or out of their life. You had this internal knowance. Your intuition told you they got stuff to figure out before they can come back to me, and if they're meant to be here, they will. And you're right. And they have returned. There is no revenge. There is no one that can get in the way of their mind anymore. So they have a clear thought with you. This pop-up is more than a pop-up. And if they haven't reached out to you yet, this is confirmation. It's right there. This individual knows the reasonable precaution. They know that jealousy can be something that's hard for you, and they're willing to work through it together because there's a difference with you. You're high vibrational, and you're meant to be roller coaster buddies. That is what I have for you today. And I will see you when I see you. Let's get it.